a bit of everyone. So hopefully this is going to cut through some of the hype and focus on some practical implementation that people can go ahead and implement afterwards. So can you both introduce yourself and the company that you work and a bit about what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Fatemah. I'm the Senior Ecom Manager at WYSE London. And WYSE London is a female premium fashion brand. We sell clothes mostly online, and we've got also a few retail stores across the UK.
Hi, my name is Taimoor Ashiq, and I am head of web at Rainy City Agency. We do design, development, CRO, marketing, literally anything related to Shopify. And my roles involves around making sure we are delivering really good and fast websites.
Thanks. Fatemah, we're going to start with you. So you kind of put this as one of your main topics that you wanted to chat about today, which is amazing. So where has AI delivered the clearest workflow improvements for you guys?
Yeah, so at WYSE, we're a very lean team with very limited resources, as I would say many of the small to medium-sized brands are. And the way we use AI a lot internally is to ease those small tasks, those admin bits that usually would take a long time, whether it's aligning text to upload it on Shopify, or any of those small cross-functional team processes, and we find that really helps team be more productive, be more creative, save us a lot of time.
Are you the one that's kind of driving the workflows?
I would say being in the digital team that comes kind of with the job. So I am trying to convince a lot of other people to just use AI for that. But we definitely have our founders very much encouraging everyone to use AI more. We've recently also had the subscription of Enterprise with ChatGPT, which kind of forces everyone to add that to their workflows.
Yeah. It's adopt, isn't it? And Tai, where are you seeing AI genuinely improve website performance rather than just automating surface level tasks?
Right, so we see this trend a lot, that a lot of our clients are using AI to generate product description, now generate product images as well, which is quite common. But I think, you see, brands and everybody in the tech industry needs to realize that now the AI itself is the biggest predictor of everything that humans have ever created. So if it can predict what needs to be said next, so what I'm talking about is token generation, which is a whole other line, but it's really great at prediction. So you can use it to create product description, you can use it to create product images, but where the real value lies is to feed the data in the AI so it can make valuable predictions for you. So, for example, one example is if I go onto a Shopify store and if I write green shoes for my kid who likes Disney, if the AI can output the relevant products based on the predictions that it can make on the data on the store, that's a huge win. So 3 elements: context, how much does the AI knows about your system? B, personalization, how does it know about your customer? And 3 is execution, how are you implementing that on your store? So I feel like the prediction and using it to serve personalized content is the key vital, rather than just creating product descriptions or product images.
Amazing. And Fatemah, what is one use case that you've implemented that's really improved user experience?
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because I guess user experience is more customer facing. I would say we have AI integrated in some of the platforms we have integrated on our website, but we are in the process of integrating a platform for search and merchandising that incorporates AI. But I would say also on Shopify, there is within it as well for like product recommendations. It also uses AI for that.
Yeah, that's adding on to like the personalization piece, isn't it? And Tay, where do you think, or what does an AI-ready e-com tech stack look like this year?
Well, the first thing is we need to understand how did these AI systems and large language models got our data, like the data on the whole wide web in the first place. It was because people were sort of making all of the information readily readable for the Google bots and all of the other bots. So the first thing is, if a pre-AI bot can read your website, an AI era bot can read your website as well. So having robot.txt, having really great data layers, segmentation, having all of the customer tracking on point is very important. Well, because we work with Shopify, obviously I would say as a core e-commerce function, Shopify Plus is the recommended approach, and it is by far the greatest products I've ever worked with. But having Shopify as a core function, having Klaviyo, Bloomreach, or Boost search engine for your personalization, or the merchandising, that's that. And then obviously we all know Klaviyo for marketing, because they have integrated like all of the new LLMs, Claude, like the underlying APIs are ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of the top performing, which can help you make better customer segmentations inside Klaviyo, make better decision in terms of which target to market, and analyze your data better.
And sometimes, like, I think a question that comes up fairly frequently is like, oh, is there going to be resistance from the team or the people? Like, we've not experienced that really internally, but is that something that has come up with you guys that you've had to try and get past?
Yeah, I would say that's one of the biggest thing. And honestly, I'm the person that is always pushing for like doing things in a new way. But I think it's also important to understand where people that are resistant are coming from. Like, people are overworked, and to have to learn a new way of doing something or a new process, like, you can only have compassion for not wanting to do that. I would say, though, the best approach is to have like a very honest conversation with the team members, really understanding what problems they're having in their day-to-day, and then going from there and seeing how AI can improve that process and approaching it that way. Because I always think that if there is resistance, then that doesn't mean that the other side is the right side. It's like somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
And people you've got to test these things. You've got to try them out, haven't you, before you're kind of writing them off. And not every implementation is going to be a success.
Yeah.
And like one of the things that kind of we're working towards internally is like, what is the go-to-market version of this product that we want to have to start with, and then we'll build on it if it works, and then if it doesn't work, we've not invested tons of time into something that's not actually been that useful.
Yeah, it has to make sense. Like, you can't just use it for the sake of using it, which I think a lot of people are just sometimes doing that.
That's me at the minute with Lovable, obsessed. I'm just obsessed. And Tay, like, how can agencies and brands work together to make sure that AI implementation is driving revenue and not just efficiency?
Well, the first thing is that now that AI is a hype, everybody wants in, but most brands don't know where to like actually look at. So I would say, take a pen and a paper, write all of the biggest revenue bottlenecks or all of the biggest problems where you personally feels like that, okay, this is where my business is suffering right now. It can be either conversion rate's not better, or it can be either the performance is not great. Then backtrack that to implementing AI. Okay, if my website is not performing, core web vitals are failing, and the performance is not great, then look for AI tools to optimize that. If you have a conversion rate optimization, conversion rate issues, then look at tools. We are actually working on our internal tools, which uses AI to create like really good wins for CRO. So look for tools to deliver that. But I feel like there is an element of experience as well. Like Rainy City, as an agency, we've worked with hundreds of clients over the year. So refining the path on where AI should actually come in is very vital, and that comes with experience as well. So I think this is where agencies can dive in and like guide the brands on where to take the whole AI tech stack.
And Fatemah, where do you think that smaller brands should maybe focus first if they've not got unlimited resource to implement or trial and test?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very easy to just use those resources that are available. Like there's obviously OpenAI, there's Gemini, there's all those different tools that are out there. I think what I've noticed, and probably everyone else, is like the market has been a bit oversaturated with new apps that just have AI stuck on them. Whereas I think a lot of those apps, you can just do that on those tools available. You can train a chat to do, basically anything you want it to do. So I would say like that's a good start. Sometimes like just asking ChatGPT to do an audit of your website, like that's such an easy start to go from.
To start testing it at least. And just for like to finish us off, what AI use case will feel really obvious in 5 years' time that brands are ignoring today?
I think like using AI is just like your personal assistant, which I think everyone is starting to do in a mini way. But I think in a more automated way, yeah.
I feel like the multi-agent workflows are something brands are not looking at right now. So you assign each agent a context, and then you say, okay, this is my marketing agent, this is my operations agent. It can be anything, something to do with picking or anything operations-wise. Finance agent, well, don't feed the data or let it make decisions for you. But still, these should be like each contextualized agents which talk to each other in a AI native OS platform. So that is something I feel like, well, obviously everybody's using AI, and AI is pretty much embedded in every tool that we use anyway. But it's the problem of sharing context between those AI systems. So I feel like if we focus on tools where AI systems can talk to each other, where the context doesn't get very isolated or it doesn't get narrowed down, that is something which is, I feel like, that is eventually going to be rolled out anyway, but I feel like it's time that brand starts to look at that as well.
Yeah. Well, amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.